Midday News. I am Mary Ojimajo. I'll begin with the headlines. OGUN seeks farmer collaboration to reduce post-harvest losses. Chad, Azerbaijan steps up digital transformation talks. Gunmen adopt kill traditional ruler in OGUN. Africa's data center boom falls to close global capacity gap. And away from Africa, ex-South Korea President Yoon Suk Yeol jailed for life over insurrection. Still in business, over 1,000 Kenyans recruited to fight in Ukraine. Now in business, Nigerian, South African top global stablecoin spending. Still in business, Nigerian business travel FEB SOARS 366% to $672 million. And now in health, KOGI launches mass vaccination drive to comb transboundary animal disease. And finally in sport, Nigeria intensifies Commonwealth game preparation in ASABA. Now the news in full. The Ogun State government has called on farmers and stakeholders to fully utilize agricultural infrastructure to compost harvested losses and boost productivity. Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Bola Owotomo, made the appeal at the Ogun Agriculture Infrastructure Sustainability Forum in ABDUCT, highlighting the state's investment under the Ogun State Economic Transformation Project. He noted that the initiative has registered over 160,000 farmers, provided financial access, capacity building program, and established cluster to enhance collaboration, market access, and efficiency across cassava, rice, agriculture, and poultry value chain. Infrastructure projects under Operation Overdriven include fish processing centers, poultry facilities, solar power plants, warehouses, and cassava processing centers aimed at reducing waste and increasing output. Officials emphasized the need for effective management, sustainability framework, and stakeholders' collaboration to maximize return on government's investment. Representatives from the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, OG Steps, and Farmer Association reiterated the importance of interministerial support and private sector partnership to strengthen Ogun State as a leading agriculture hub and improve long-term food security. Chad and Azerbaijan are moving to strengthen digital cooperation as both countries explore a strategic partnership to accelerate Chad's digital information. On February 17, 2026, a delegation of information and communication technologies experts from Azerbaijan visited Chad National Digital Development Agency to discuss technical collaboration and knowledge exchange. The delegation was received by the Director General of the Agency for the Development of Information and Communication Technologies, ODUM, Sabun. He said the visit built on early engagements during CMDT and a recent tips by Chad caretaker minister to Baku, reaffirming both countries' commitment to deepening cooperation in the digital sector. Discussion centers on developing digital infrastructure, enhancing technical capacity, modernizing public digital service, and transforming experts. The visit concluded with a tour of the agency's data center, where the Azerbaijan team reviewed existing system. Officials said the engagement forum part of Chad's broader strategy to leverage international partnership to fast-track nationwide digitalization. And moving forward, gunmen have adopted and killed a traditional ruler in Ogun State, southwestern Nigeria. Oba Kinde Jacob Falodun, the Alakamo of Agamo community in Akure, North local government area, was attacked at his residence yesterday evening. Police say about 6 armed men stormed the monarch home at approximately 7:50 in the evening and forcefully took him away. According to the Ogun State Police Command, the ruler was later found a few meters from his residence with gunshot wounds and was confirmed dead at the scene. Security operatives including police, tactical teams, local hunters, ABDUCT operatives and other local security groups have been deployed to comb surroundings around in search of the attackers. Authorities have urged residents to remain calm and provide credible information as investigation continues, assuring that efforts are on the way to bring those responsible to justice. Africa's data center industry is drawing a record level of investment, while the continent still accounts for less than 1% of global capacity, according to the Data Center in Africa 2026. The findings highlighted a widening gap between rising capital inflow and Africa's actual share of global digital infrastructure. Over the past 5 years, hyperscalers, telecom operators, private equity firms, and development finance institutions have committed billions of dollars to new facilities across key markets including South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, and Egypt. Capacity is projected to triple to about 1.2 gigawatts by 2030. However, global data center capacity is forecast for 3 over the same period, leveraging Africa's relative position largely unchanged. The report says demand remains constrained by high data costs, limited enterprise cloud adoption, unreliable power supply, and skill shortage. Outside South Africa, only about 1/3 of built capacity is fully operational, while much of Africa's data continues to be hosted overseas. Analysts noted that stronger energy infrastructure, lower connectivity costs, and deepening enterprise undertake will be critical if the continent is to narrow the global digital infrastructure gap. We'll go on a quick break now. The news continues when we return. Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Idea TV Midday News. Now the rest of the news. And away from Africa, a South Korean court has sentenced former President YEOL to life imprisonment after finding him guilty of leading an insurrection link to his 2024 declaration of martial law. The ruling was delivered today by the Seoul District Court, months after YOON was impeached, arrested, and charged over the political crisis that shook the country. The court found that YOON declared martial law in December 2024 in an attempt to paralyze the National Assembly and silence political opposition. President Judge Jung Young said the move imposes enormous social cost and that there were little evidence of the rumor. Prosecutors have sought the death penalties, but South Korea maintains an unofficial memorandum on execution, making the life imprisonment the effective maximum punishment. Former Defense Minister Kim Young was sentenced to 30 years in prison for his role. Young, age 65, has denied wrongdoing, insisting he acted to safeguard constitutional order against what he described as anti-state force. His declaration of martial law was lifted within 6 hours after lawmakers forced an emergency vote aimed at public opinion protests and political turmoil. The verdict marks a historical moment for South African democracy, which has previously endured periods of military rule. Kenyan authorities say more than 100 citizens have been recruited to fight for Russia in Ukraine, with most reportedly tricked into signing military contracts. The figure was presented on Tuesday by Kenya's National Intelligence Service and Directorate Criminal Investigation during a parliamentary briefing. Parliament Majority Leader Kamini said many recruits have the countries on tourist visas through Istanbul and Abu Dhabi before joining the Russian army. Some use alternative routes to avoid detention due to tighter border control at Nairobi's airport, and unlicensed recruitment agencies have reportedly concluded with rough airport staff. At least 39 Kenyans are hospitalized, 28 are missing in action, and 87 are confirmed on the front line. Kenya's government has condemned the exploitation of its citizens, describing them as common folder. Foreign Minister Mussolini is scheduled to visit Moscow next month to address the issue. Uganda and South Africa are among other African countries reportedly targeted for recruitment as Russia faces heavy losses in the conflict. And now in business, Nigeria and South Africa are leading global stablecoin spending according to the Stablecoin Utility Report 2026. The report ranks Nigerian first and South African second out of 50 countries surveyed, citing both current and intended usage as the highest worldwide. The study shows that users in both countries are actively spending stablecoins on everyday goods and services rather than holding them as investment assets. 62% of respondents in Nigeria and 50% in South Africa said daily expenses such as online shopping and subscription payment drive their usage. Analysts linked the trend to currency volatility, high transaction cost, and limited access to international payment system. Meanwhile, stablecoin circulates quickly in both markets, with many users spending or converting funds within days of receiving them. Internet in stablecoin linked debit cards stands at 89%, the highest globally. Analysts say growing market acceptance is shaping consumer behavior and positioning Nigeria and South Africa as models for stablecoin-powered payments across Africa. Nigerian spending on foreign exchange for business travel surged by 366% to $672.27 million in the first 9 months of 2025, up from $144.9 million during the same period in 2024, according to the Central Bank of Nigeria December 2025 quarterly statistics. The increase reflects stronger access to foreign exchange for Nigerians traveling abroad for business purposes as meetings, training, and conferences. Data from the CBN shows that business travel spending rose speedily in the first 2 quarters of 2025 before moderating in the third quarter. Analysts said the jump signals renewed business confidence and stronger international engagement. Payment linked to these tips, including accommodation, local transport, and meals, are captured as debits in the current accounts on the services. Expert notes that the rise mirrors Nigeria's growing connectivity with the global economy and improved foreign exchange liquidity. Dr. Muda Yusuf of the Center for Promotion of Private Enterprise said the trend reflects confidence in national trade, while Professor Segun Ajebola highlighted that stable exchange rates and increased FX availability have boosted travel and cross-border business activity. And now in health, the KOGI state government, through the KOGI Livestock Productivity and Resilience Project in collaboration with the Minister of Livestock Development, has launched a mass vaccination exercise targeting transboundary animal diseases. The initiative, announced on February 19, 2026, aims to safeguard animal health, boost livestock productivity, and strengthen food security across the state. Vaccines are being administered free of charge to cattle and poultry, with security measures in place to protect vaccination teams. Stakeholders include farmers, veterinaries, animal scientists, and traditional leaders convened in Lokoja to strategize on the vaccination drive, which covers contagious bovine foot and mouth disease and Newcastle diseases. Dr. Olufemi, Commissioner for Livestock Development, emphasized the importance of community cooperation, highlighting the vaccine's potential to reduce disease burden, enhance and improve farmers' livelihood. The exercise will run from February 8 to March 13, 2026, distributing 200 doses of CBPP vaccines, 300 doses of FMD vaccine, and 30,000 doses of Newcastle disease vaccine across livestock clusters in the state. Authorities stressed collective action, strong coordination, and stakeholders' engagement as key to controlling TADs, mitigating economic losses, and supporting sustainable livestock production in Kogi State. And finally, in sport, Nigerian track and field athletes have stepped up preparations for the upcoming Commonwealth Games within national training camp in ASABA. The 6 weeks program, now its second week, is being held at the Stephen Kashin Studio and brings together both established internationals and emerging talents to build fitness and refine technique ahead of the Games. The game focuses on event-specific training with sprinters, hurdlers, jumpers, and throwers following tailored schedules. Morning section concentrated on endurance and strength, while evenings are dedicated to speed and technical drills. The technical team, supported by medical staff and champions, oversees the program to ensure athletes reach peak performance. Coaches says the first phase lays the foundation for competitive stimulation and team cohesion. Some athletes are yet to join competing at the Niger Delta Games, but the camp expects full participation in the coming week. Authorities say this structured build-up is aimed to produce a cohesive and prepared squad ready to deliver strong performance at the Commonwealth Games. That is all we have for you on Idea TV Midday, but before we go, here is the recap of the headlines. OGUN seeks farmer collaboration to reduce post-harvest losses. Chad, AZERBAIJAN step up digital transformation talks. Gunmen adopt kill traditional ruler in ONDO. Africans data-centered bomb force to close global capacity gap. And away from Africa, ex-South Korea President Yoon Suk jailed for life over insurrection. Over 1,000 Kenyans recruited to fight in Ukraine. In business, Nigerian South Africa top global stablecoin spending. Still in business, Nigerian businesses travel FX SOARS to 366% to $672 million. In health, KOGI launches mass vaccination drive to curb transboundary animal disease. And finally, in sport, Nigeria intensifies Commonwealth game preparedness in ASABA. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms at Idea Television. I am Mary Ojumajo, and thank you for watching.